to deal with our project. Let's see. Last session, I showed you how to install MongoDB. We learned about how to install MongoDB. So for our project, we will prepare the database. Actually, this is the documentation. This document I will upload. So in this documentation, abstract, what is the purpose of this iShop is just to create an online shopping so that anyone can search for products and order the products from home. And what are the modules? In this, we need a registration module, and we need a search for products module, browse the products, search the products, and shopping cart, right? And billing, payment, admin, catalogs, and all. In this, if we can design few screens, that is enough. Let's see. And what technologies we are going to use for that? Database is MongoDB. Server side, we are going to use Node.js. Actually, that project is using MySQL and PHP. We will learn MongoDB and Node.js. And client side, we will use AngularJS, JavaScript, jQuery like things. And style sheets, we will use CSS with HTML. Right. So now we have to prepare database for our project. How to create database, how to create tables. Let's see one simple point. So that means the first step is creating database and tables. We have to learn how to create database and tables. So let's create database and tables. First, you have to install MongoDB. Already we know how to install MongoDB. Yes, I given a note yesterday. Now we need to create database and tables, and that data we need to use in our presentations. So how we can handle that? What are the tables required according to the modules? For user registration, we need a table so that user can register the details. So let's prepare a table. Actually, to prepare database tables in real-time projects, we have to prepare database models actually. So we will prepare a database for database first. So first point is create a new database. So first you open MongoDB terminal. terminal. You open the MongoDB terminal. How to open the MongoDB terminal? To open the MongoDB terminal, so open the command prompt, and here cd program files, cd server, cd MongoDB, cd server, cd 4.0. In your computers it will be 4.2, if you installed the latest version, right? Then cd bin. Yeah, here we have to type mongo.exe. Actually for exe no need to type exe, just to make you understand that it is an exe. Now enter, it will start the Mongo client. So this is the process of starting the Mongo client. So at this path you have to type this command. So I will copy it. At this path you have to open this terminal. Yeah, you have to open the terminal. So this is the terminal, right? First open MongoDB terminal. Okay. After opening the MongoDB terminal, second step is, see, to prepare database, lot of diagrams, everything is needed. So this is not a project session. I am just guiding you to develop one small application according to IEEE standards. It requires lot of documentations and all. I am not showing you all that. I am showing you just how to build an application according to that requirement end to end. Because when you learn projects, you have to learn so many step-by-step process. Before creating database, you need to design database models like that. So initially, we created, we opened the terminal. Now let's create database. So how to create database? So first point is, in MongoDB, you have to learn some basic commands. Those are enough actually. How we can use the commands? See, how to create database. First, so view existing databases. View existing databases. So actually, if you first time installed, you will not have any database. You will have sample database. To view existing database, you have to use the command show dbs. Show dbs. So you can see here, type the command show dbs, and it will show the list of databases, right? These are the list of database. One second. Okay, so you can see these are all the databases we are having. So in my computer, I have all the database. Usually in your by default, when you install, you will have only few databases. Like you will have a config database, you will have a test database. So let's create a simple database. we need a database. Let's create a database. How to create database? So create to create database, to create a new database, to create a new database, we have to use the command use database name, use and database name. To create database, we have to use database name. Generally, we are not learning complete MongoDB because it is just like separate database you are learning. So entire MongoDB means if you are learning database, so it will take 1-2 months of time to understand all the database queries and all. It's a very big one, right? You know that Oracle, MySQL, MongoDB databases, so much is there to learn about them. Here we are using it for our project. So what is needed for our UI project, that's it. So to create a new database, actually in different softwares, different approach, SQL based softwares, but MongoDB uses simple commands which are JavaScript based. So to create a new database, you have to use database name. That means what you have to do, use any name for the database. Let's keep the database as Shopping DB. Shopping DB is the database name. You can give any name reasonably technically. When we are giving name for database, we use the word, we use the suffix DB traditionally. So let's create this database. So here we are creating a database. How? Use Shopping DB. We are creating a database, use Shopping DB, and hit enter. So switch it to Shopping DB. That means database created. To see the database, show DBS. But the database that we created will not be displayed. The database that we created will not be displayed in the list. There is no Shopping DB. You can see there is no Shopping DB. There is some Shop DB, but there is no Shopping DB. Why? Because the database will be displayed, the database will be displayed in the list only when it is having some tables. If database is not having tables, then it will not be shown in the list. So currently we don't have any tables. So that's the reason. So the database is not shown in the list. Once you create tables, then it will be there. So use Shopping DB. So that creates the database. Okay. The basic syntax is like this. Generally syntax is use and database name. So example is this. So we created a database called Shopping DB. Okay, so database is ready. First step I will give create database. Okay, and we created the database. So the database is ready. For that, what we have to do, open MongoDB, start MongoDB, and see the database list and create a new database. Create a new database. So our database name is Shopping DB. Okay, next step, according to our modules, we need to create tables. We need to create tables. So next step, we have to create tables. So let's see how to create tables. create database tables for iShop project. Create database tables for iShop project. So for our project, we need to create the database tables. What tables are required? What are the tables required? Let's see. And how to create the tables. So actually, in MongoDB, remember one point, MongoDB tables are known as collections. In MongoDB, we call tables as collections. That means every table is like a collection. Because it is JavaScript based, we don't use the word table. Collection means it's just like an array, right? So how to create tables and what tables we need first. So first, required tables. What are the required tables for our project? Required table for which module, what table you need, right? So we have a module name, required tables for modules. Okay, we have module name and table name. What are the required tables for modules? So first module, you can see, first module is registration module. That means users can register. So generally, registration. And what should be the table name? Table name for registration, table name we will give as TBL some register. TBL register. You can give any name, table name. And table name, and in the table what fields you want. Table name with fields. What are the fields we want in the table? In the table TBL registered. So this is the table name. And fields, what fields you want into the table. Suppose we want user ID and you want username, and we want actually user ID is a string, username is also a string. Okay, password is also a string. Then email is also a string. Okay, and mobile is also a string. And address is also a string. Like this we have details. These are the options we need. User ID means it is just like an Gmail ID. We give an user ID for that. So all are string type only. Mobile is also string because we will store +91 and 10 digits number can be stored inside it. Right, that is the table. So that is for registration. For registration, we have TBL register, and these are the databases. Okay, fine. So how to create this table? The commands I will tell you how we can create the table. The command we will see how to create the tables. First we will prepare a list. Okay, second module. is we have a products browse and products search module. Product browse, product search module, both are same only. In browse, what will happen is all products will come according to category. In search, what will happen is only the product that he searched in the text box or somewhere, only that product will come. Only that comes. Okay. So, and a very important, you may ask like, sir, after registration, login is required now. For login, we don't need any special database. Why? Because for login, we will use the same database table that we used for register. Just what we have to do, we have to collect username and password and verify, right? So what the table you used for registration, the same table will be used for login also. Only few fields are accessed and used there, right? You don't need a separate table for login. For registration, we need a table. For registration, we are having a table. Okay. So next step, we need for products, product browse, products browse, and the product search. For products browse and search, we need tables. One table is TBL categories. We need a table TBL categories. We need a table TBL categories. In TBL categories, we will have category ID. It is a number. Category ID is a number. And category name. Category name. Category name is a string. Remember, MongoDB is case sensitive. Means capitalization matters when we are using the IDs. Okay. That is one table. We want another table, TBL products. TBL products. So in that we will have a product ID number, and we will have a name. Name is string, and we will have price. Price is also a string. Sorry, number. Price is a number, and we will have is in stock. Is in stock is a boolean. And we will have a photo. Photo is a string. So photo is a string. Okay. So the product ID, name, price, stock, photo, and suppose I want category ID. That is category ID. Category ID is number. That means we have a relationship between these two tables. That means category ID is used here. That means, is this product belong to electronics? Is this product belong to footwear? Is this product belong to fashion? Like categories, right? So every product will have a category ID. So for every product we have ID, name, price, is in stock, photo, and category ID. These are the details we need for this table. So TBL register, TBL categories, and TBL products. We need to create them. Okay. Next step. Shopping cart. So we don't need a table to create, because from the products selection itself we will prepare a table. So we can create a table. In the table we can keep that information, and we can access whenever user logins also, right? But currently these two are enough. Why? Because shipping, billing, payment, all these are related to several other frameworks you need to integrate and use. That is for completely server side technology learning people, Java, .NET, PHP. Such people can handle all those options. Here we are not going into that. So this is enough. So we have a registration, and we have products and the browse and search module. Okay, these are enough for our projects. For project, these tables are enough. Now, how to create a table? How we can create a table? So let's create the tables. First, we need TBL registered. Remember, MongoDB, one of the advantages is it will create the table and database. It will create the tables and it will store the data into tables, into the fields automatically according to the data you filled up. So you don't need to maintain data. Data will be automatically added when you design from the UI. So registration should be empty. It can be empty, or we will put some sample users also, so that we can test login how it actually works. So first step is, let's prepare the tables. How to create the tables? So creating tables. How do we create the tables? So that means we are learning how to create the tables in MongoDB for our project. So required tables for modules. These are the tables. How to create tables? So first point, you should know that tables are created. Tables are known as collections, and they are created by using the command db.create_collection. By using the command db.create_collection. So db.create_collection. Actually, the command db refers to current database. Here you type db. If I type db, you can see that is current database. Which database we are using, it will show that database, shopping db. That is the current database. Okay. Now that means current database is active. This database is active. Okay. Into this database, we need to create the tables. How to create the tables? So db.create_collection, right? So let's create the table. So first db.create_collection table name. Actually, for people who are learning MongoDB database, lot of things are there. For us, simple syntax I will give. TBL register, that is the table name. Okay, that's it. Similarly, we need another table, db.create_collection, and TBL products, TBL categories. Okay, db.create_collection create collection, TBL products, TBL products. So these are the tables we need to create. TBL register, TBL categories, and TBL products. These are the tables. So let's create. So here we have to use db dot create collection and collection name TBL register. Remember, case sensitive collection, it is case sensitive, and enter, and a table is created. Okay. Similarly, create collection, another table is TBL categories. Okay, another table is created. And next, another one is TBL products. TBL products. Create collection, TBL products. That's also created. So now I will use show DBS. In the show DBS databases, shopping DB is present. That means now database is present. How to see the list of data tables? So here the commands, what are the commands? Show DBS, this is for to view list of databases, and show collections. So we have to use show collection. So show collection. So collections, sorry. Show collections will get you the list of tables present inside the database. Show collections, this is to view list of tables. So how many tables are there? To see the list of tables, we have to use show collections. So tables are ready. So database is ready and table is ready. And we will put some sample data, some data into table, add data into table. How we can add data into the table? Let's see. You will have so many doubts like, sir, how do I delete a table? How do I delete a database, right? Why? Because actually I am not teaching you database. This is not database class. So if you are learning MongoDB separately, then you will have knowledge of all those points. As of now, if you commit any mistake, right? If you commit any mistake, how to handle that, I will tell you, so that you can practice that also. Usually, so database, we created a table. Suppose something wrong in the table, right? Then how we can remove the table? That means how we can remove the database, how you can remove the collections, right? Just what you have to do is to remove the database. So note is to remove database. So you have to use the command db dot drop database. First important, you have to say use your database name. Then db dot drop database. Then it will be removed. That is for removing database. If you want to remove the table that you have created, so then to remove the table, what you have to do is, so to remove table, that means collection. To remove the table, you have to say db dot tb collection name dot drop. You have to say drop. You have to define the collection and drop. That means db dot table name table name dot drop. It is easy for you to understand. Tables are called as collections, right? So collection name and drop. So if you want to remove any table, then what we have to do, we have to write db dot tbl register dot drop. That means it will remove the table. So accidentally, if you have added a table with a wrong spelling or something wrong, you want to remove it, you can use this drop commands, right? So, but tables are ready now. We have tables ready. So database is ready and tables are ready. But currently tables are empty. We don't have anything inside the table. Now we need to put some sample data into the table so that we can use it. Later we can add records also into it. So we need some sample data. So how you will create, how you insert the records into the table. Creating tables, done. Now next step, insert sample records into table. How we can insert sample records into table? To insert sample records into table, how we can insert the sample records into table? So you can say simply records into table. Okay. How we can insert records into table? Actually, you should know that records are known as, records means rows, are known as documents in MongoDB. In MongoDB, we call documents, right? And you know, table is known as collection. And to insert a new record, you can you have to use db dot collection name dot insert. We have to use insert. Actually, in databases like Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, we use SQL queries, insert into table name, right? But here all are JavaScript like commands. Now important is here we have to insert the record. Every record is inserted as an object. This is for one record. If you want to insert multiple records, db dot collection name dot insert, you know, you can use an array of objects. This is for many. At a time, more than one record you can insert. You can insert one record, you can insert more than one record. So let's see how we can insert records into tables, right? So database is ready, tables are ready. We need to put some data into those tables. We need to keep some data into the tables. Let's see how we can keep some data into these tables. How to keep data into the tables, right? First point, so in the register table. So register table, that is TBL register. Register table, one sample detail we will store. This is register table. First one is register table. How to insert? What you have to do is db dot tbl register dot insert, and here you have to use flower brace, and here we need to write same JavaScript object like. So what are the fields we needed? User ID, and string type means in quotes. Suppose John 1 2. So John 1 2. So or simply I say John underscore suppose NIT, something like this. That is the user ID. You can give anything. Okay. Next, username, comma. So username is John. So username is John. Okay, that's fine. Next, comma, password. He will have temporary password. Later we will create a form. From there he will enter the password. I am creating some sample. Password is also string type. John 123. That is the password. Okay, comma. So password is also ready. Don't press enter. Even it goes out of the screen, you continue, no problem. Why? Because if you press enter means command is finished, right? So you continue, automatically it will wrap to next line. Okay, that is password. After password, we need another detail. What is it? We need email, mobile, and address. Okay, fine. So email is also string. So john@gmail.com, something like this. Okay, comma. Mobile is having a +91 and 10 digits number. We can put validation also for that. Next is we have to enter address. So address is also a string. Suppose I say some Amirpet, so Hyderabad, like this. Amirpet, Hyderabad. Some data we have defined and some number. So 5 lakh, some 70, something like this. And this is the record, finish it. Whatever the fields are required, generally we need to add the fields like this. In other databases, creating database tables is a different technique. Usually what they do is they have to use create table commands, field names, data types, and everything. Okay, here everything is finished. Now enter, and you can see it is inserted. One record is inserted. So this is adding the record into the table. So that is register table. So register table. So records into the register table. We are adding the record into. Okay, so register table. Okay, we created register table. Now we need to create same. This is the command for register table. We need to create the products table. Products table. So we need to design a products table. So categories table and products table. And simply we can define the products table like this. So db dot tbl categories dot we have insert, and we can put an array of objects, and every category contains category ID and category name, some electronics, like this. And second comma, array of objects, then category ID, that is 2, and category name is some footwear, and another record. You can add multiple records, then category ID, and 3, and we have category name, so some fashion, okay, like this, and hit enter. All the records are added, 3 records are added. Now if you want to, this is categories table, that is TBL categories, and this is the categories table. I will copy that, and this is the categories table. Fine. So similarly, we have products table, and TBL products. Now I hope you can create the products table now. You can create the products table with all the products, but here a small relationship we have to maintain actually. So how to see the records, I will tell you. Products table, db.tbl products dot insert. In that I am adding the products, it's an array, and first one is product ID, that is 1, then one product name, so I said Samsung TV. Another one is price, so some price, okay. Another one is in stock, that is true, false. Another one is here we have to define one more photo is some, we will put here /images/tv.jpg. Fine. Another one is here, we will keep category ID. It will be 1. Category ID will be 1. That means it belongs to electronics category. Similarly, we can add another record. Like that, you need to maintain 20-30 products and at least 5-7 categories. I'm just giving you a sample and telling you what you have to do, right? So currently I added one product here, that's record inserted. Similarly, you add 20-30 products, 5-7 categories into the database. So this is for products table. Here the relationship with category ID is important. That is good. Okay, products table is also ready. Next step, what we need to do is, you need to understand how to see the list. To view list of records, what you have to do is db.tbl categories .find .pretty, that is to view the records. db.tbl products .find and .pretty. So that is to see the records from any table, right? What you have to do is db.tbl products or tbl categories .find and .pretty, and you can see it will come. These are all the records: category, electronics, footwear, fashion. Similarly, tbl products .find .pretty, and it will get that and display. That's how we can access and display the data. Right. This is displaying the details. So you have to create, I created only one record, minimum 5-7 records you have to create and store inside them. For under every products you need to, you can understand that, right? Yeah. Then now we need to use, this is ready. That means our database, tables, everything ready. In MongoDB we created. Now next step is how we can use this data in our application. For that we need Node.js. Node.js. So we need Node.js. So how to create database, how we learned. Now in Node.js, we need to get this and present to client side. Node.js is a server side technology. We have to access and present, right? So that we will see in our next session tomorrow. Unfortunately, we thought we will conduct a long session today, but so suddenly a work came to me, so unable to continue. So we will stop the session here today. You create this database tables and keep ready. And tomorrow we will learn how to consume with server side technologies and use it. Okay. And tomorrow we will start building this website and project because database is ready. We need to create the UI and all. By tomorrow, you make it ready, right? Tomorrow we'll continue then. Thank you.